Hi everyone, and welcome to step 4 in how to detox your mind. So far we have talked about in step 1 having the diary or notebook in which we were going to just start jotting down times when we were finding that perhaps we were thinking against ourselves or had certain emotions going on. In step 2 we were looking to go back through the notes that we've made and look for any patterns perhaps that we could begin to see about certain times of day, certain ways we were feeling, if it was tiredness or sadness, or certain people in our lives that were perhaps causing us to not feel at our best. In step 3 we were then talking about actually looking at what's underneath those different feelings that we were having at different times, those different thoughts, and seeing actually is there a root cause at the bottom of these things. If we're eating when we're tired, is that a pattern that we've learnt before? If we are finding it difficult to keep ourselves motivated at certain times of day or in certain places, does that relate back to something from previous experiences? So here we are in step 4. So far we've been doing a lot of collecting of information, a lot of exploring, and beginning to try to understand ourselves a little bit more. So here we are in step 4, the final part of how to detox your mind. And here what we want to do is we want to start to check in with ourselves. We want to keep the work that we've been doing in steps 1 to 3 going, but we also want to look to build on those and find positive alternatives to help keeping us moving forwards, keeping motivation at the front of our minds and feeling like we're really connected with who we are. So that we can make sure that we're making informed choices and not just reverting back to defaults that perhaps we've learnt from years ago. And of course it's important to remember those defaults may well have been very useful at the time, but they may now be restricting us. So what we want to do is look at those sort of programs that we've got running on automatic in our thoughts at the moment, and actually actively choosing which ones we want to keep and which ones we want to change. So an example of this may be that if we're on the weight loss and we've found that we are eating when we're tired, that's quite a common connection. We then find that it's come from beforehand where we've learnt that actually eating has helped us keep energised, or perhaps we were given food as treats when we were children. What we now want to do is find ways to change that behaviour around so that we're actually conscious of when we're tired and think, right, I'm thinking of having something to eat now. Am I actually hungry, or am I tired, or am I sad, or what are the other emotions that are going on for me? What can be really useful during this time is to actually take yourself off to a bathroom and look yourself in the mirror and actually connect with yourself in the way that you would do with another human being, and where you would look them in the eye and have a conversation with them. Actually just go in and sort of check in with yourself in that way. Equally, if it's a relationship that you're finding very difficult and it's causing you stress and meaning that you're perhaps not achieving your highest potential, again, it's about stepping outside of those things and finding ways to connect with yourself, be it stepping outside of the office and actually just going for a walk at lunchtime and getting some fresh air, getting some perspective, changing something else other than repeating that behaviour, so that you can feel more connected and more in tune with yourself, and reminding yourself, making conscious that process of change that's going on. This will take time, but I promise you, if you stick with it, keep the diary going, looking for those patterns, thinking about what's going on behind those patterns, the reasons that you learned them, why they were useful before and perhaps why they're not useful now, and then thinking up and trying out different alternatives, seeing how successful those are for you, I promise that you will begin to change your behaviours and detox your mind, and therefore find that you are more successful with all of the different hopes and ambitions that you have and the different goals that you're trying to achieve. So best of luck with it all. I hope that you found this informative. If you'd like any more information, please check out the website yourvelvetevolution.com. I have a blog with lots of free information and hints and tips on there. And of course, please do get in touch to Lydia yourvelvetevolution.com. I look forward to hearing from you soon, and take care and lots of luck in 2013.